What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. You guys, I noticed something in the charts today that I think is kind of interesting. I think it's kind of interesting with these fibs here. So I'm going to go over that right now, give you a short-term outlook. I want to first and foremost say that as of now, the weekly RSI looks very, very good. It does look very good. Bouncing off this overbought zone and coming up like this is nice. If this week were to close red, we have a day and 21 hours left. About a day and 20 hours left, actually, because we're almost done. We're almost done with this, yeah. So about a day and 20 hours left. If we were to close this week red, which we're only up 3.7% right now, if we were to close it red, we would have bearish divergence printed on this beautiful looking RSI, and that would be good for a move down to about 470. As in, we could move down to about 470. Okay, with that possibility. Now, just because we have divergence that formed down there does not mean we have to go down there. It's more common to actually go a little bit past the area that you find divergence. You can bounce right off it, but there are times where you don't actually go back to where the divergence formed. You form a higher low and you continue. So we really could find support in that 530 to 500 area as well. There are a lot of targets down there. That's the bearish outlook, okay? But I do want to point some stuff out that's got me bullish. It's actually got me bullish, and it's all in the fibs here. So I just noticed this, man. I actually really just noticed this. Not like literally just before this video. Top to bottom here, we went all the way up to our 1618. Okay, this is that high from June of 2023, and then the low here in August. We didn't break out until this year in February, right? The end of February. Or maybe we broke out, I don't know, that's the week of the end of February, but we didn't break out technically till March. Okay. Top to bottom though of this range, went up to the 1618, found support on the 1272, bullish reaction. Okay, bullish reaction. And if we look at the daily, we kind of wrestled with this 1618 over here. Okay, wrestled with it. If we look at what we did afterwards, right, when we broke above the 1618, we broke above the 1886, pulled back this week, found support in this area more or less, and now we're up here. The next likely target, just based off how things look with the RSI, with the fibs and everything, the next likely target would be anywhere from $800 to $1,000, okay? So that's one fib, top to bottom, pointing at those targets, okay? Now let's go to the next fib. And just remember, 1618, 1272 support broke up, okay? Broke out to the upside. Broke out to the upside, yeah. On a daily perspective, if we draw a fib on this consolidation phase, it's a lot smaller, right? It didn't last 2/3 of a year. Top to bottom here, we went up to the 1618 again. Okay, this high, remember, was the 1618 area. Okay, this was the 1618 of this more large consolidation phase, but this high is the more relative 1618 area. And what did we do afterwards? We actually found support right on the 1272 again and had a positive reaction. Now again, we are dancing with the 1618, right? And if we go back, we look at this, go all the way back here, 1618, we went to the 1272, pulled back up, danced with the 1618 and broke out. 1618, pulled back to the 1272. We're dancing with the 1618. Could we break out? And if we break out like we did last time, I would expect that we do break through this 1886 area, potentially putting $900 right on the map. Like that could be the next likely target if we were to kind of perform as we did last time. So hold on, I want to leave that up actually there. If we look at the 4-hour now, we get into shorter term time frames, and I take the relative high to low off of this move from this week. The 2272 here is at $934, lining up with the same 2272, $934 of this greater consolidation phase. And then if I put on, I know I've got a lot of fibs on here, man, but you got to bear with me, okay? Just I promise you. I noticed this, and I just think it's really cool. I love fibs. I love how everything comes together. This 800 level, okay? That's where I drew this white line at the first time, was from this area. This 800 level lines up pretty damn close between this 1886 of this kind of lesser fib here and the even more relative fib. It lines up with that 1618. So in between those, the 2618 here of this most recent fib that we have. I know there's a bunch of lines. Maybe I'll delete this one. Let's delete that. No. It's this one. Let's delete this one. Yeah, there we go. Okay. The 2618 of this level, top to bottom, right up here at 1018 is essentially the same 2618 from this level, from this high to low. It's literally like at the same areas, okay? And the 1618 lines up with this 127 or the 2272 area as well. You guys, it's looking really good. And what's cool about this 1618 area is, again, both times we went up here from the larger fib. I know it's all over the place, man, but if you can follow, I would hope that it looks as cool to you as it does to me. Rejecting the 1618 here, finding support on the 1272, okay? Rejecting the 1618 here, finding support on the 1272. If we were to kind of continue this trend, the next likely target would be up at the 1618, right? And then inevitably push up to the 2272 or the 2618. Again, both this 1618 at $807 and the 2618 line up with the 2272 and the 2618 of this greater fib here from this very long phase of consolidation, right? 2272 lining up with the 1618, the relative orange line. 2618, this red line lining up with this 2618. I know it's a lot of numbers that I'm just shouting out at you. It sounds like I'm talking in binary here, but I guess not binary because it's more than just two numbers. But I don't know, guys. It looks kind of like a fractal of fibs, if that makes sense. And if we're to follow this same behavior, I would kind of anticipate that we are right now in the middle of a move that will take us up to potentially $800 to $1,000, or maybe somewhere in between. And yes, in lieu of yesterday's video where I was cautiously bearish, bullish, it was kind of a neutral, but it was more of like, hey, we might be having a fake out. In my defense, this was absolutely fake out behavior. Okay, absolutely it was. But we're having a bullish reaction now. This 4-hour candle changes things, you guys. I mean, look at how bearish this candle was before. It wasn't a good look. Look at the day before. This is not a good look up here. But we're being volatile. We're psyching people out. It's beautiful. This is why you don't play the game, because even whenever it looks convincingly bearish, you never know when you could do something like this. Bitcoin Cash loves to mess with us. It did it here. Bullish looking day, bearish follow through, right? Bearish engulfing candle, just get eaten up and then move higher. You had a bearish day here where you wicked up and then came all the way back down, and then you continue to move higher afterwards. We really could be moving higher right now. It wouldn't surprise me. And there's one more thing I want to go over before I end this probably very confusing video. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I want to go over every weekend that we've had since this breakout here, okay? So this day actually was a Saturday. This 58% day that we had was a Saturday, okay? Sunday was red, but Saturday was green. It's very, I would say, genuine to say that the weekend was good to us here, okay? The following weekend would have been here on this Saturday. Saturday we did move up, but we came back down. Saturday and Sunday were not good to us this time. So that's one good weekend, one bad weekend. We move on from there. We go to the next weekend. Saturday here was bad. Sunday was good. We did go lower and then we came up, but ultimately the weekend was bad. So that's two bad weekends, two good weekends. The next weekend here was Saturday was good. So a good Saturday and a good Sunday. So two good weekends, two bad weekends. And then now the most recent weekend that we've had, besides the current weekend that we're on, last Saturday was bad to us, but Sunday was good to us, 13% to the upside. So we've had 3 good weekends, 2 bad weekends. And to be fair, we've actually had 2 good weekends in a row. So more often than not in the relative time frames, I guess out of 5, that'd be 60% of the time out of the last 5. So 60% out of the last 5 weekends have provided positive results. We are on Saturday now. Saturday is up 7% as of right now. Could we see another weekend where we're getting some bullish follow through? And I think it's absolutely possible. You know, generally speaking, the weekends don't provide much price action. We don't get good results. It's very neutral. But there are times where the price gets away during the weekend. I don't know what it is. It might be people buying over the counter on the weekends, or it might be big money swallowing up. I don't know. But I do remember last cycle for BTC, we did see some movements on the weekends that were going up. One of my friends actually pointed it out to me on a Discord that we had during the last cycle, and was saying, he's like, isn't it odd that we're just moving up every weekend? And it was like literally, if not every weekend, most weekends we were moving up, and I feel like we're doing that now. But that remains to be seen. You know, if we close this weekend red, if we close today red and tomorrow red, if by the end of this weekend we're red, then it's an even 50-50 split between green and red. But if we close this weekend green, if we can get Saturday and Sunday to follow through with some green upside, which it's looking like it wants to, that could be something to pay attention to. We genuinely might start to see some better performing weekends going forward here. Just kind of a thought to keep in mind, and maybe that's wrong. Maybe it'll be disproven, but I kind of got a good feeling about it. Looking at the day here, if we close the day here or higher, we're in the overbought zone. That'd be a really nice look as well. On the relative fibs here, top to bottom, if we can close above this 886, at 685, that would be very encouraging, as well as this more kind of significant fib here at this high to low. If we can close above the 1618 at 698, so again, that's 685 and 698. Let's call it 699. Pretty critical areas, of which we're above both right now, but we still have 20 hours and 13 minutes left in this day. Closing today above this more relative 886 here, and then above this significant 1618, relatively speaking, that would be very encouraging to see the prices that we're all looking for at $800 to $1,000. And I say we're all looking for. I know there's some of you out there, shout out to Crypto Investor, who want the price to go down because you want to scoop up some more. I know there's other people in the Discord too that mentioned they want to buy more. We all want to buy more, man. We all do. $500, $530 sounds nice. And that's probably why we're moving up, because a lot of us would like to buy more. And that's okay, man. I'm sure I speak for more than just myself when I say I'm happy with the bags that I have. But, of course, given another opportunity to buy significantly lower from here, I would absolutely take that chance. Pretty safe bet with this one, in my opinion. You guys, Bitcoin Cash is going to do some phenomenal things. I want to talk about BCH versus BTC, and then I'll end the video. I feel like I'm just vomiting from the mouth today. I'm just spewing it all out all at once. I'm a bit more confident in the bullish case, okay? But that remains to be tested. It remains to be, the reason why I'm confident in that is I'm just looking at how we've reacted with these fib levels basically for the last year. And it's been good. It's been good. So it's kind of giving me reason to believe that we will get some further positive results. But if this week closes red, there are more than just a few reasons why that would be a bad thing, right? Rejecting the 1618, getting bearish divergence here, rejecting the overbought zone here. It wouldn't be a good look. So I will say it's a bit weird having a high here, another high. The double top has gone out the window because this would be more of a triple top. And triple tops, in my opinion, they don't normally sustain. Likely you do break through it, but sometimes you get a triple top. This could be a triple top, but I don't know. I'm not in the camp of believing that just yet. Man, closing this 4 hour above here would be pretty cool too, I think. I really don't have a problem with the bullish side at all, unless we close this week red. And again, as of right now, we're up less than 4% this week, so that's totally possible in the next 2 days to flip. So let's talk about BCH BTC now. Something I'm really excited for, man. I'm actually really excited about this chart. You can see we've got the targets up here from the last time we did analysis. Bullish on the weekly, right? We got into the overbought zone last week. We are furthering that this week. If we can close this week green like this or higher, we're gaining volume. That would give me reason to believe that we are as well going to see the extensions off of this move. Now we do stand to form some kind of double top here. It is possible. It could happen. When I say double top, it wouldn't be a double top. It would just be resistance, because double top would imply that we go down, right? I wouldn't say it's a double top, but just some resistance here we could, and then maybe go back down to the 618 area at about 0.0078% of a Bitcoin, maybe 0.009% of a Bitcoin, or even at the 886, any and all of those levels. But I'd really look somewhere between about 0.009 to 0.0078, somewhere in there. If we were to reject this area, but if not, and really closing this week above the 886 would lead me to believe that, guys, we're going to go to 1.35% of a Bitcoin to 1.81% of a Bitcoin. Okay, now let's run some numbers. Let's do it. I did this last time, but I want to do this again. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just do Google Calculator. and then we'll go to, I'm just going to write this 1 point, I would do this, okay, hold on. 0.13561. 561. So that's the, oh, no, 0. There we go. Come on now. Damn. Hold on. 0.13561, right? That's what it was. Yeah. And then multiply that by the price of Bitcoin, BTC USD on Coinbase. Okay. Let's assume, let's put a little bit of a damper on the price. Okay. It's at 67.75. Let's say we were to go back to this low here at 61.2. Okay. Let's just do that to be super conservative. $61.2 thousand. Okay. That would give us a price of $829. Okay. If we were to see, come on now, BCH go to the 1414 at 1.52% of a Bitcoin, 829 at a pessimistic minimum. Okay, pessimistic, conservative, however you want to look at it. 0.010400. Is that right? Oh, that's the current price. That's I was reading this up here. I'm like, wait, that's lower. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, sorry. 15279. 15279, right? Yeah. Times the same price, 60. Was it 61.2? Was that what it was? I can't remember what I said, man. Come on now. Like 60, yeah, I think it was 61.2. Okay. Times 61.2K. That'd be $935, okay? Makes sense? Does it line up with anything that we've been talking about this video so far? I think it does. 18136. 0.01181. Come on, buddy. 18136. There we go. Times the same number, 61.2K. Would give us a number of $1,109. Okay, so that would be, again, if Bitcoin were to be essentially like $6,000 less than what its current price is. If Bitcoin goes up, you guys, then all those numbers go up as well. Okay, all those like, let's just look at Bitcoin real quick. Hold on. BTC. I would assume that it does go up, actually. It could break lower, but I mean, I would assume it does go up. Probably have a last pump right before the halving, and then we'll chill out somewhere around like $80,000 to $100,000. Like, we genuinely could go up that high, but maybe not in the time that it takes for Bitcoin Cash to make its next move up. But I would think that we're higher nonetheless. So all of these little price predictions here at a pessimistic outlook is $830, $935, $1,109, $1,110 essentially. You guys, Bitcoin Cash, genuinely speaking, in the next week, if not by the end of the month for April, could be worth over $1,000. It really could, which would just be nuts. But even at a pessimistic outlook, we've got above $800, so that's pretty exciting, considering that we're only at $705 right now. So this is all under the assumption that we continue to go up higher. What would lead me to believe that we're not going to continue to go higher? If we were to close this week red. If we were to close it red, that would not look good. If this day, if we were to start looking like we were rejecting the overbought zone and going lower on the daily RSI, that would not look good as well. Essentially, on the daily, we'd have to close below about $600, $599, for it to start looking bad again. But I don't know. And at the current price, that would take a little bit. You know, $700 to $600. That's a little bit of a drop for sure. But we've done it before in a couple days. We could do it again. So let's just see how the week closes. Let's see if it closes green. You guys, I got nothing else I'm going to say that I want to say. I just realized I had the Skyrim music playing this whole time. That's that Skyrim background, man. love Skyrim. I love the game. It's a fun game. The music is like half the fun of the game. It's great, man. It really is. It brings back some nostalgia. And I found out that I can play it. Bethesda, they have no problem with people using their songs. Technically, they want you to keep it relevant to Skyrim, but I figure if I give them a shout out, and this video is not monetized, I figured they probably won't care. Huge fan though, man. Absolute nostalgia. I hope it's doing the same for you. And if you don't even know what I'm talking about, hopefully the music wasn't too distracting. I actually forgot I left it on this whole time, but yeah, guys. I don't know if I have anything else I want to say, so hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Things are looking good, but we still have a day and 21 hours to hold our ground and gain ground, right? We want to do that. And technically speaking, out of the last 5 weekends that we've had, 3 of them have been good to us. Could we have a 4th weekend that is good to us as well? That would be nice to see. The odds are in our favor, but we still have a day and 21 hours left to prove those odds wrong. There is still a possibility we could go down. And if we go down from here, again, it'll be around 500 to 530. Now, if you're like me, if you're like some people in the Discord who are looking for prices to go lower because you want to buy more on the cheap, if we take this relative low to high on the weekly basis here, the 236 would be at about $722. So even if we were to go up to like $1,100, we could pull back to about this price area, give you another chance to buy in down here. If we go to the 382, which is a very common area to go to, that's at about 544 around this high here. Very common area to go to as well. If you think that fib is not going to be relevant and you want to take it from this fib from low to high, well then 382 down here at about 720. Because it's a smaller fib, I would doubt that we hold the 236. It is possible, but being that would be around the BTC halving and the BCH halving taking effect, I would think that we see a bit of a consolidation phase, and we could pull back as low as about $540 to $500. Again, that $530 to $500 range. So you guys, that 500, 550, 530, potentially even lower than that. All those prices that I've been talking about. Even if we move up to $1,000, they're still going to be on the table. It's just not going to happen right now. It's going to happen later. But man, this has been a very long video. It went on way longer than I meant for it to. But I feel like I had a lot to say, so that's all I got, man. I don't know if I got anything else I want to say, but just be prepared, okay? Be prepared. I hope everybody has not sold their bags. I hope you guys are all heavily invested in Bitcoin Cash. And if it does go lower, that does not mean that it's time to sell. That just means buy more, right? Because you never know when we could see a move that breaks $1,000, man. I actually want to go back, man. I was going to end the video, but I'm not going to right now because I want to do a little bit more. I got lost in this in the plug-in theory here. Let's see. I really do think we're going to see extensions, man. Like I'm actually very positive we're going to see this zone soon. Like over the weeks, sometime in April, sometime this month in April. It could be as early as next week. The daily RSI, guys, on the BCH BTC pair looks so good. If we can close above the 886, that would look really good as well. 4 hour looks good. Yeah, you guys, this chart is giving me goosebumps. The BCH BTC chart's giving me goosebumps, and beyond the goosebumps of just more or less moving up in the immediate terms, what's exciting about topping off in this area? Okay, come on now, hold on. You guys already know where I'm going with this because I say it every damn time I talk about it, is that we will have, for the first time ever in Bitcoin Cash's history, a significant higher high and higher low versus BTC. We've never done that before. We've never sustained prices above this 123 moving average like we have now. This would be a very obvious sign, a non-debatable, indisputable sign that things are different. Things are different. Everybody and their mom laughs at BCH because they're like, look at the BTC chart, ha ha ha. Well, you guys, we get above this high, they're not going to be able to say that anymore. They're not going to be able to say that anymore because what? We got a higher high and a higher low. You tell them you want to laugh at BCH whenever it's up 200% versus Bitcoin in the last year, not even a year, and it's only going to go higher. And after all this movement down, we haven't really had a significant retracement at all, right? High to low here. We went, I guess, that's not it. We went to the 0.5, rejected there. Here we went to the 382, rejected there. from the current high to low. The next level would be all the way up at 1.6%, and the 618 would be at 4 to 5% of a Bitcoin, potentially higher than that. Like, I don't know, man. This could really be a turning point for Bitcoin Cash, and I think it is. You know, I've thought it was since we were down here. I know a lot of you have as well. And just as time goes on, we're only going to get further validated, further vindicated in our beliefs. But the last kind of barrier to that validation, to that vindication, is getting prices above this high, and we are so close to doing it. We are so close. Man, high to low, just one more time. That 382 right in the middle here. And the thing is about the 382, again, you guys, okay, is that look at the 2618 lining up with the 618 up here too. With the 382 on the first pass, you generally do go just through it. And what is right above the 382? It's the 1618, and that 1618 comes pretty damn close to this weekly closing high as well. It's going to be cool, guys. We're going to reach for that 1.8% area. I'm telling you. I think that's what's going to happen, but that's all I got. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'm really done this time for real. Take care. Bye-bye.